Right. I'm not going to bore you with some of this stuff. It is getting tougher. Right? Your job is getting harder. Businesses want you to protect the business, control it. They want you to guarantee delivery, but they want you to do risky things you've never done before. Right? They want you to make sure you don't spend more budget, but they want to change every 2 minutes. Sorry, that's the way it is, right? The world is crazy. It's going to be volatile, so we need to be able to have enterprise agility or adaptability, and that means looking at change and being able to make decisions comfortably but fast all the time. And PMO has got a huge part to play in that. And a lot of the talks today about change management, and I touch a little bit on this. If you're talking about, and I think this was in one of Zoe's slides as well, if you're talking about we now need change management, it's too late. Because most people realize, crap, this is going off rails, the business is disenfranchised, everybody's shouting at each other, let's put change management on top of this. Wow, you're probably going to struggle to recover. So change management is an absolute thing. In the past, my change management was about the definitive outcome. Right? So let's do target operating model, define every process. It takes a long time. Yeah, at Capgemini, I would have charged you a fortune to do that and take you 12 months to get to it. And then you would never deliver it anyway, right? So, but that's one thing. You could be definitive. You could also try and standardize. So in Lean, I used to do a lot of this, standard operating procedures. So let's just write everything down as a process. And that's it, follow it. What happens is you don't really learn or adapt there. And is anything really business as usual? But that helps. It gives you consistency and safety when you've got things that are absolutely mission critical, or you're spending hundreds of millions of pounds putting in an oil rig. You need some change management, which is standardization, actually, as opposed to adaptable change, right? So, and then you learn and do it, but that makes things predictable and controllable. And then, if you work in AdCar or anything else, then there's the marketing one. It's like, well, I'm going to do change to you, and you're going to like it. So I'm going to have to make you aware that you need change, which is very important. We're going to talk a bit more about that. I'm going to make you want it. You're definitely going to want it, because you know what? I'm going to give you a bonus. I'm going to give you a nice t-shirt to say you're in this new team, so that's going to be cool. Then I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it, because I just wrote standard operating procedures. And then I'm going to give you a team to do it, and I'm going to do change to you. So that's important. But change management generally comes about defining outcomes, controlling some processes in that, and then telling people you need to do it. Okay, those things should work, except for you're dealing with humans. Humans are irrational. Full stop. Right? So those things are all rational and logical, even if they're right answers. So, for me, we always go on about this. Again, it's about change, it's about shared accountability. So if you ever have silos of steer codes with a view and opinion up there, fighting the project team or the PMO, fighting the IT services versus the retail or business change function versus the vendor or supplier, that doesn't work. Delivering change and delivering the pace of change we do and the complexity of it requires alignment and shared accountability. So hopefully you all know where you're going, and you can then make the best decisions on it. Except everyone is out for themselves. We're all selfish beings. I'm not being critical. I know you people are nice and friendly, but unfortunately in our little brains, we've got stuff going on. And our businesses are complex, right? Our businesses actually conflict with themselves. So how often have you sat there going, well, I've got to reduce costs in this part of the business, but the business owner for this, I don't want to reduce my headcount because that's my job, I would not have my kingdom. Or we go and put a system in over here that brings another part of the business, but no one else would that. We bastardize each other, we conflict with each other. So inside the businesses, we have lots of micro businesses. Makes it complex enough. Then you've got the internal change team. They love hitting their milestones, they love their little celebrations, they love project things and widgets, right? It's their job. Then you get that IT project team. Traditionally, I'm not saying this is everything, but traditionally, they were set up to protect the business. They are implementers and protection of the business and keeping and maintaining BAU. But we tell them they have to change. Change your whole psychology, your mindset. So we've got these people over here, but change is amazing. These people going, whoa, I'm going to protect the business. But we force them together and they've all incentivized. No one in the IT team gets a bonus for changing the business. They get a bonus for not having Tivoli alerts telling them the system's about to crash. Right? So they're incentivized differently. And then we've got the strategic consultants. Hi, you paid me. £2,000 a day, and I've got to give you some value add on top of that. So you're going to come to this training course and you're going to listen and you're going to take my stuff. Because if you don't, I don't complete the statement of work. And I've got 10,000 consultants sitting back on the bench and I need to use them. So it's great. I know we all say we're aligned in the strategy, but I care about my statement of work. Because I have to, because I've got business. My business could fold if I don't sell my bodies. So they're not incentivized, right? And then there's the vendor. I'm on the dark side. Actually, I'm on both dark sides now, so sorry. You have to have a solution. It's the best single solution in the world, right? And you asked for it to start with. Take it, force it to. Even like that improvement to that, private banking loan system, even if it's not the right thing, I'll still force it through because we're on the journey, right?